Are you finally starting? I guess the second time's really the luck. Third time's the charm, huh? So either way, greetings, preachings. Time for luminous teachings. Ooh, mwah. Really? Yes, really. How are you guys doing today? My goodness. Me, I'm a-okay. But honestly, it is crazy what we go through and the things that we are literally tested by through and through every day to be humble and peaceful. Like when I'm hearing, can I pay for your attention? Like you have to pay attention? And I'm like, no, no, absolutely not. I myself choose to keep my own energy to myself. So I will not be paying any attention to anybody. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? If I'm paying attention to anybody, it is the Most High. If I'm paying attention to anyone, it is my spirit guides. If I'm paying attention to anyone, it is my homage to my ancestors. All right. Obviously, my children, my family, my immediate family, obviously beings that I really love. Actually, it's not even in my being to hate. Even a lot of times we say negative things, but literally you're speaking on the distaste. And as I was taught about the universe, it's not like what exactly you only say into the universe, it's what you actually feel when you're saying like something into the universe. So like you could be like, oh, everybody hates me, I wish I was just dead, so to speak, right? The universe isn't going to just come because you breathed it into the universe and make you get hit by a bus. You know what I mean? Like, the universe is going to go based off of the hurt and pain, you know, of you being hurt and saying that you hate everybody. How did you get to that hate or whatever the case is, and send something else to uplift your spirit? You know what I mean? Or it could be another domino effect that you put out there. But I'm just saying, it doesn't literally come and off you type of thing. So literally be prepared as well. Not be prepared, but beware of what you're breathing out into the universe, like we always speak about over here. So how's everybody doing today, right? So I was working out in the yard like 2 days ago when, you know, the sun started blooming and everything, and summer decided to show its real face. Yeah, and I was working in the garden, and we need to speak about that day. So there's something called, you know, the domino effect, I like to call it. And that is like when you pay attention to something and it falls in order, just one thing after the other, like in synchronicity, just keeps falling in pattern, patronizing you with these patterns, right? But then again, it could be good as well. So it is what you derive with your faith, what you put it towards, all right? So this is very important because you could be putting it towards, oh, I'm so sad or whatever the case is. It's not the issue isn't that you're crying or that whatever the case is. The issue, if there is one, because there isn't an issue with crying, no pain, no gain. No, 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 no. Still can't hit that fucking shit. But no pain, no gain. Either way, but that's how it feels like. It always sounded like that. No. You know what I mean? It's like crazy. So either way, no pain, no gain. Literally. That's just what Spirit Guides just made an example of me for. No pain. Right? So no pain, no gain. So what are you giving and what are you putting into anything? Because if you are a powerful manifester, then that would mean that you are manifesting every and anything. So if you're putting your energy towards anything negative, then everything negative is what it's going to bring. But if you're putting your energy towards something very positive and light and abundant and radiant and divine, right? Then that will fall in that formation. And not only will that fall in that formation, if anything tries to come and give you some more stagnation, it's like it's not going to really, it'll be a little bit more challenging for it to even try to come through or show its face, because you already put your faith into the Most High. You know, you've already cried to your spirit guides, right? So that being said, it is nice to speak about things, but what I'm recognizing, even for me, like speaking about things that are negative, unless there's like a constructive criticism, like something constructive, like, you know, a positive, you know, outcome with it, conclusion or something, which usually there is. I usually answer my own questions. Excuse me. But I usually answer my own questions more times while I'm asking like a question, you know what I mean? And I know you have that too, right? And that would make sense for you being an autodidact, boo. Like literally learning by teaching yourself things. Like for instance, when things come and they're not assembled, I like to assemble it as far as I can go, and literally I won't give up until, you know, I actually get it like to a point, you know what I mean? Past halfway, you know what I mean? That maybe I don't understand. Like if I'm bewildered or, you know, befuddled, I like to call it. I don't know if there's no real term for that, but that's my terminology. Befuddled. Like I befuddled about this fucking situation that I'm thinking about here. So either way, if that's there, like as soon as I get to that point of, you know, frustration or damn, I can't do it by myself, you know, damn. And this could be significant for you or someone else. Like it is nice to do things isolate, and it is nice because we do need that time, but knowing when to come off of isolation and paying attention to what you're doing during isolation. Like is it healing and revealing, or, you know, is it being stuck in my ways again? You know that song, right? So what is it type of thing? And I find for me that I have a way of pushing myself, like when I'm seeing somebody throw like acid or like salt in someone's wound type of thing. Like it could be like that. I'm talking about for myself. Like we could be our own worst critics, right? And it's like critic or criticism, you know what I mean? Criticizing, you know what I mean? And that being said, when I'm at my darkest night of soul, I be at my darkest night of soul. I won't be one to badger or abuse another being or whatever the case is. And I was about to say unless, because it's not unless. I will not abuse or, like, you know, I don't condone violence or abuse or anything like that. However, it's what people think too, you know what I mean? It's also their perception of what they think too, you know, like that doesn't mean to come walk all over me or to come trigger me or to poke me or stab at me. It doesn't mean because you poked a bear you gonna get claw in your ear. Yeah, more after rare. Either way, that's been the new energy anyway. So I've been recognizing a lot of things, and I had a really major challenge. See, something might be intercepting or trying to intercept the energies when we're speaking, but we just keep going through just katanga churro, like Beenie Man says katanga churro. Either way, I'm not sure which song it is, but he does say that in the song. So either way, I had a channel yesterday to be in particular, right? There's a few things I need to speak about, but I'll speak about that first and just go off of it. But either way, that there's a lot of disturbing energies and they're floating around, they're afloat, right? And imagine that, like, even on your daily life, you are being presented by these people, your idiot mailman. There goes the mailman again, right? You know, you're a doctor, a receptionist, you know what I mean? Your manager, your boss, whatever the case is. You know, they're just, imagine that there are other beings in the world, and that this is just my own, you know, but spirit guys be speaking right now, but just imagine that there are other beings in the world that are going through the things that you have learned to go through and to heal through, and they don't know how, or are kind of stubborn. Their stubborn energy is like stagnating them from their healing. So imagine those are the same beings that we're dealing with on a like level, because I'm hearing levels bring new devils, like literally. And then people, you know, they're not really the nicest beings, like where you like that might resonate with you. It resonates with me too, because it's like, even like when I look at the industry and everything that Prestige ignites in her being, like what she's doing and everything, it's like you can only attract certain beings, you know what I mean? But I don't let that stop letting my light flutter and letting me spread the light, because another message was that music is universal, but it's not only universal, it's colossal. All right, so it has its own code. Every song has its own code, its own frequency, its own sequence in the energy. And that is why a lot of these beings, a lot of very special beings, they look at like their protege or whatnot. I'm busy. And they look at it. No, mommy's busy. Where is your backpack's not in here, Nikel? Your water bottle's not in here, son.
It's in my backpack.
Well, your backpack isn't in here.
It is in here.
No, it's
That's where I put it.
no. Where'd you put it?
I put it in here. Can you just unlock the door, Mom?
I swear, boy, if that backpack isn't in here. 1 second. Be silent. Goodness gracious. So imagine as soon as I opened the door, he had his backpack somewhere else, because it's nowhere in here. So I don't know, unless he put it in the closet or something, or either way. That literally resonates to me and goes along with this message about intercepting energy. So the message that the download that I had when I was during my divinity hour was that we out here fighting in the sleep. Like, you know how we be like maybe gangsters in the street or whatever the case is, like, I don't know, I'm just seeing like movie like the one that Denzel Washington was in, and he was a cop but he really was sideways or something. But either way, it was a big movie anyways. But either way, you are fighting in the spiritual realm, like I'm hearing in your divine dynasty. So as you're in your divine destiny or dynasty, or that could just be like another message for who that be, one of the beings, either way. But even during your divine hour, like, you know, we be going to like buffets and stuff and like eating in our sleep, like in heaven, and we be fighting a lot in the astral realm. Like, you know, like you are a tool of the Most High, you are a tool of your spirit guides, and they literally flow through, right? So either way, you're out here fighting and stuff like that, and because the enemy can't get at you literally in the physical, they like chant and they do all these nonsense and all these dumb things, right? And it basically manifests in, like, I'm still striving to figure it out, but it pulls through them fighting, and you actually like literally fighting them, and right? And I said that at 2-3. Ugh, confirmation for me too. But either way, them literally fighting you in the astral realm is like putting something like on you, like in the 3D realm, like, you know what I mean? So like literally, I keep hearing energy harvesting, energy manifesting. So they're like literally, I'm going to their deities and their God, because it is not our God, even though there's one, that is not the one that they give the power to, even though there's only one with the most highest power of them all. Boom. Either way, the one, the only. All right. Yes, the Omega, the Alpha and the Omega. All right. So they are no contender, right? No spirit contender. Either way. So they somehow are like plugging it in from the freaking dream realm to your 3D, and the way it's coming out is like false, and like the domino effect of negative things, like karmic laws that you've, and karmic repercussions, like karmic things that don't happen to you, like things that it's not even for me to explain it, it's for you to recognize and be familiar with the energy, okay? Because, and I'm telling you, I still strive to fight, because like, bro, this energy comes for me like fucking 20 times or more a day, and it comes through in many different ways. It's like something I call a jumping spirit or whatnot, and it literally goes from one, it'll be from one child to one friend to freaking, you know what I mean? It'll go to different beings. It'll try its way until it gets in, right? And why would someone go or stoop so low to do such a thing? It's because it's to get you to vibrate lower than you really are willing, you know, and are aware and consciously aware of going, right? So it's a matter of stopping your elevation. It's a matter of like stagnating you and just putting a whole bunch of voids in stagnation. Anything to trigger you, because that is something that you've already healed 10 million times over, boo. And what way for you better to question yourself? Like, what better way to make you question yourself, I meant to say. What better way to send nuisances and annoyances and irritants and things to make you act out of your element? There was a message about that, actually. Pause, spirit guides. I'm hearing dragon tails, dragon tails, dragon tails. I don't know. Either way. So here, I was speaking about this earlier. Pushing you out of your element so you can't elevate, right? Trying to stagnate your formation from your information. Spirit guides being. I love it, right? Either way. But you sit there, spirit guides said. They sit there trying to justify their intentions and their actions. Justify. But yet they serve no justice. So then that had me looking up justify and justice and the difference, you know, and the difference literally to justifying is somebody proving they're right, or whatever the case is, and justice is being right. Boom. So either way, there is that. And basically like that misery loves company, right? If they aren't happy, neither is no one else. Spirit guides today we're calling them species and specimens. I was gonna look that up afterwards, right? But I was hearing dragon tails, so I'm hearing from the land of euphoria. So you could be like, I'm hearing a mystic goddess or whatever, and have like certain powers, confirmation, like from a different world. Like I'm hearing it's a different world. That, you know, a different world. They were all came from many different worlds, out to many one people. I'm hearing, right? So there's just many things I'm hearing, like you tamer of all time type of thing. So like you are a tamer of dragon, and not to mention you learned to tame your own inner dragon, you know what I mean? Definitely went through your kundalini arising or whatnot, and now you're like, when I'm talking about dragon, because it's like, I think of like, spirit guides are showing me like a Walt Disney movie or like a kid's thing, like Dragon Tales or something, but I'm not quite familiar. I don't remember many episodes, even though I watched the heavens out of that, but I'm thinking like a dragon, like people are always like Ramona and the dragon. I'm hearing something about dragons, very maybe I think this is the year of the dragon, but there's a lot about the dragon, right? You could even be like your Chinese year could be dragon. So either way, something about the dragon. So they're showing me like paperback princess. All right, you may be a paperback princess, but they're showing me the part when they're like, she's literally breaking into the fucking castle to, you know, be careful who you're saving. And I'm hearing, don't save her, she don't wanna be saved. And it could just be, it could be a he or she, it could be somebody in a, you know, a bitch nigga, like in a fucking, like vibrating in a bitch, you know, energy type of thing. But either way. And then I'm seeing literally at the end when she came and she freaking rescued this man. And then he looked at her and he told her all of it. Oh, look at your hair. Oh my God, look at the way you're dressed. Da, 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 da. Don't come back to me until whatever. After she went through so much, right? To freaking, you know. But that being said, you are like a paperback princess. If anybody's seen her, they wouldn't have known she was a paperback princess, like a princess. Like literally, they wouldn't know. So you are like that too. I'd be like that too, or wherever the case is. But something about dragon. Draconian blood, I'm hearing. And I'm hearing Dracula. I don't know. These are a few things. I have to go over this and listen to. Uh, Dragon Tales. Now I'm hearing vampirism because I'm hearing I've come to suck your blood. Right. Count Dracula. Spirit guides. What is? They're speaking. Somebody has this energy. Like they're speaking of the good and they're speaking of the bad. So they're like draconian blood, vampirism. I've come to suck your blood. Count Dracula. Yeah, so either way, Dragon Tales. Anyways, so Tame That Dragon is what I'm gonna go with all of this, okay? Because they are literally trying to set you off of your balance, push you out of your fucking element, right? So that you could be that person, because that's what it feels like. Like you're out of your element. You're not acting out of your kindness, you're upset, you're raged, you're whatever the case is. Like even if you like pay attention to it, give it like the attention that it needs, but don't pay too much, you know, because if you pay too much attention, now you're giving tension. All right, attention. I'm hearing. So either way, look into that 2122. I didn't even realize how long and far we were in here. So it's a different world, and ultimately one people. It takes everybody, not just one person. I'm going to go over that same message that we were always speaking about. Well, I was speaking about with you, my loved ones. And it was about that you are gifted and you are a gift, and they're enhancing and advancing, right? Because the enemy won't stop, you know, trancing and prancing. So either way. So that being said, you are given these gifts, and although there's so many things you can do with it, you are doing nothing different than the enemy utilizing their gifts for something that they have no business being. You know what I mean? Because it's like, even at times that I didn't know how to utilize or work with my own majestic, I'm hearing, power, beings would, thank you, spirit guides, tell it how it is. Beings would fucking get it. And the way it will come, it's like it's somebody you're healing, 2220, 2222, somebody you're balancing out. So if it's working, then obviously it's going to come from you too. Okay, so let me, like, you are a cup, ace of cup. I'm seeing like rolling, like going over, like your cup runneth over, right? And it keeps, even if it runneth over, it just replenishes itself again, because God is your four-leaf clover to make it go again. And then with other beings, they got holes in their hands. Yes, they got all that money and everything, but like, look at what's happening, honey. Look at what's happening. Honey. Kanye West. Either way. Something about, bam, talking about something about to falling in love. This has something to do with the relationship, because I was just talking about back Princess, and now I'm speaking about Kanye, and then I don't know, Kim. I'm just saying, like, somebody can resonate with that energy or whatever. I could, but I can't anymore. So either way, they're a vampire. If you're questioning if you have any little insight in you, all right, then use that intel to guide you through. All right, so if you have a little bit of that little insight, oh, that's weird, or whatever the case is, like, look it through. Don't just drop it. That's called a fucking flag. And, you know, divine beings do it too. Like, there are beings like that have spiritual psychosis, ones that are like overly spiritual and just thinking that they're the end all be all, they're the alpha and they're the omega and whatever the case is, and they be fucking spiritually abusing people, like, oh, I know this and you don't, so did it. Like, it's just like badgering people, you know what I mean? Like, they're showing me like Jehovah's Witness. I'm sorry, I'm just saying. The way they just go, anyways, and then you tell them a time they come in again, or whatever the case is, or just the way they don't stop, like, they really ride for their people, you know what I'm saying? I have nothing to say about it. You already know how I feel about religion. I'm free spirit, and I have nothing against anybody, as long as the great divine 2433 is in it. So either way, relationship, poo. You know what I mean? So just you know the difference. If you know the difference between it, and if you don't, then maybe you're not ready for it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not telling you you're not ready for it. Only you would know. Go to the one who you know, who knows you. He'll tell you where to go. You know what I'm saying? So, they're saying draconian energy. So either way, like, it comes out when you wake up, you know, the whole spiritual warfare, spiritual battle, or whatever. See, they're like trying to block my throat. Either way, you can't. Either way, so it comes out like a very annoying, irritant energy. Like, I had a moment when every single day something was knocking over my coffee. Like, it was not allowing me to get my self-rewarding mechanism, right? So, like, even when I'm here and I'm talking to people, like, people are, like, taking in my information. Like, my emanates are taking in information and they're literally using it or trying to use it. Like, what the fuck? Touche. But either way, we kicked that energetic fuckery vibe away, all right? And even every time it comes, even no matter how many times, because you can't help. And it doesn't mean that you're not fully evolved because beings are trying to come for you. Bro, that is why you know you're fully evolved when beings keep coming for you. Because you be the baddest one and you be doing it, boo. You know, because you ain't out here asking people for help. You're doing it on your own with your guides, with your ancestors, with the Most High, with you know, the ethereal realm. You know what I mean? With your deities, whatever. You ain't doing it with hell, but you have done it through hell. You know, and you've literally learned how to contour your dreams to get what you really deserve, solely deserve from the wishing well. That's why I'm here. So killed that vibe, that whole stopping you from what you're doing, whatever. That is not your vibe. You've graduated from that so many times. You know what I mean? However, it doesn't stop the enemy from sending you that vibe. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of taking that badminton right, just like right back in your face, because that's exactly what happens. It's like, and I mean, like, I'm hearing, yeah, the damage is already done. I know the damage has been already done, whatever the case is, son. Just do whatever you can, you know, with what you got. Stop paying attention to what you don't have. Stop paying attention to all of the minuses and look at the pluses. All right, so, like, this is going to be a quick vibe right now, 2728, and it was that 2727 when I said that because, yeah, I have a few things to do. Yo, making sacrifices for your family. It's okay to cry, it's okay to feel certain ways, whatever the case is, but always know that you are the vibe, right? And the more that you keep your vibe up, the more that the world keeps the vibe up too. All right, because I would like to remind everybody, like I always like to say, that the universe is God's love and the world is based off of, you know, carbon energy type of love. You know what I mean? Plastic love. It's like fake. It's not the plug, and you are the plug. And you are the plug because Spirit Source goes through your vein and your vessels. All right? And that energy that he gives you are the same one that people contest for. All right? Wow. So they just come through and they're like, oh, what? We're closing up? No, you can't close up. Fuck, I got this to say, that to say, or whatever the case is. So either way, I wanted to speak about your big energy. All right? You are living proof. Can't stop me now. I'm living proof. You are bulletproof. Won't stop your glow. You are living proof. The change is consistency. To be in tune, right? And in love with thee. That is how you stay tuned into your energy. Stay to be in the plug, bro. All right, we stay plugged into the Spirit Source. All right, 290000. What? Universal. All right, speaking of that, be paying attention to all these synchronicities. That is your fucking map, B. All the synchronicities, all the the songs that come on. You can even tell if a hater, because certain ones that you used to listen to when you were around them, you can see that they're trying to infiltrate the energy because you're like, boom, that song keeps going, or whatever, you know, or like, you know, if you're a singleton, and then, you know, you're hearing a whole bunch of songs, love songs, and you're a singleton, you'd be like, what am I really, you know? But either way, just pay attention to the frequencies and the sequences, all right, and the synchronicities of the energy, because that is what will get you to your destiny, right? Pay attention to everything, but and strive to. It is a very challenging energy, but strive to, though, bring it back up. See, because the more that you stay up because you be the plug, right? Because your love is enough. The way you love, the way you teach, the way you experience things, like that is what makes you enough. You are the plug. And start treating yourself in divine health. Right? Start treating yourself in divine health, I'm hearing, right? So that you're able to be in tune and keep the frequency and balance from the most high for everyone else. All right? This is our journey, like spirit guides be always telling us. Yo. Right? And we're on their journey. All right? So that being said, they be like the ambulance, right? Where are you getting to if the ambulance isn't bringing your ass to the hospital to get healed? where are you going to? I'll sit here until you reveal. You ain't going nowhere, that's where. You go. That is a shit show, a highway to nowhere. I'm hearing highway to heaven. You would be taking the highway to heaven. I'm just saying, that's why. Because, this ain't 7-Eleven. You can't just plug in, plug out. Anyways, convenient but not beneficial. Anyways, get back to you. Work on your crafts. Keep moving. Every mickle muckle I'm hearing. But the way I see it, for what I'm saying, what spirit guides are saying, the way I'm seeing it is every little inch that you put towards positive energy, everything that you put towards what you're striving to move, it will move. The more that you abuse and send all of that, you're intrude. And it won't, dude. It won't move, dude. In fact, how can anything move from shit? All right, it's like fucking quicksand or sticky mud. You're not getting away from any of it. Not without getting help. But if you're going to be stubborn, then you're not going to get that, right? And maybe your own energies like that. I'm just saying. Yeah, and pay attention to the beings that are around you. Pay attention to people, because the way it is, all their masks fade. I'm hearing, mask off. Get your fucking mask off. Again, right? I think we figured out that recently. Yeah, but take a whatever, never chase a bitch, right? Exactly. Knowing divinity from swine. No divine from swine. No divine from swine. 3151. Rewind, realign. No time for realigning. You know what I mean? We ain't got no time. If anybody is making you vibrate, like right now, I'm in such a fucking fed up energy. I'm like, if you make me question, if you make me feel any confusion, if you irks my spirit in any way, you will not be around me, because M. Pristine in me is not willing to fucking hear it. She's not. She'll fucking... I whoop your head, bro. You know that I will. Exactly. Like, literally. My spirit guide, like, bruh. They do some damage. Like, I do damage all by myself. 3230. I don't need nobody else. Right? And I'm not speaking about, like, of course, actually, I don't do damage by myself anymore, because now I'm in union, and, he be doing the damage with me, too. Either way, we got it. We got it like that. And we're paying attention to that. See? So we be the fuck where it's at. So what are you doing? We see you. You be trying to attack me in my fucking dreams, and I'm whooping your ass and serving it back to you. Oh, you trying to whoop me? You trying to block my dreams? Baby, you'll just go to my hubby or my kitties or my friends or whatever it be. If my spirit guides are trying to get to me, they gonna get to me, honey, because they're my spirit guides, and there's no way that you can block that from me. B. And if you're trying to come for me, yo, beings 333 try to come for me in my dream. I didn't get that dream. Actually, my booby showed up for me. Showed up and showed out. And this is a crazy thing. Like, crazy thing. Right? Oh, it was him though. Okay. Yes, baby. I miss you too. But either way, it was crazy. Like, he showed up and showed out. And he literally took on formation, because we are in continuity, in the continuum together. You know what I'm saying? So, like, basically what I could do, he be doing in history too. Let's get it, boo. You be trying to take all of my energy for your own damn self. If anybody that I'm going to share my energy with, it is going to be for my balance and for their healing health. It's going to be, reciprocal. So obviously, if I'm going to, my baby be doing the thing. You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense to be giving it out here to all of these swines and crabs. Crabs in a bucket, trying to keep up, but they move. What? Trying to keep up, but I'm moving. So, trying to keep me back, but I'm moving up. It's just the crabs in the bucket. Yeah, so earlier they were trying to really, whatever. But they be crabs in a fucking bucket. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that a slucket? Slum kit. Like they be like freaking, they have their own like asshole kit that they look at, or whatever the case is. They're to do, fuck you, screw you, do all of this and whatever they do. But either way, doesn't matter. Like that's crazy. I don't know how I stay so important on beings' mind like that, but I do know that that shows me just who I am. That just shows me who I am going to even be. You know what I'm saying? Because like you be trying to hurt me, and bro, I haven't even gotten to the best of me. Huh? And the same being that you be trying to knock out of me, and the person, and it's because it's like a fear tactic. Like you know how a lot of beings who have certain, like a person will, okay, like I'm not saying like this whatever, like I'm not trying to, but a lot of beings, like I know goths to be very loving and kind, or whatever the case is, and a lot of them anyways like gravitate towards being a goth because it's kind of like scare or be scared, or you know what I mean, type of thing. It's like their protection mechanism, basically. The best way to say it. That's exactly what it is, right? So it's I find that I do that myself for myself, like I feel like that's what my makeup is, you know what I mean? It's my protection. Like back in Egyptology, and the ancient deities and these ancient gods would literally make their own makeup and put it, and they would look so majestic and so glorious, so radiant, so iridescent, you know what I mean? And that's exactly what you be every time in makeup. It's literally a craft, it's an art, and it's beauty. And it's also, I'm hearing war of creations. War of creations. Sorry, I be writing everything. So either war of creations is what I be hearing, right? Is bringing your formation type of thing. So just literally balancing and being able to vibrate on you, but also being able to balance on the one, baby, the one that loves you. But either way, he be, okay. But yeah, the one that loves you and beings that love you. Because like, yeah, listen, all right. You are no longer single. If you are someone who isn't single anymore, this is a message for you. You are no longer single. And for all of my women, all of my female who are in their boss mode, are used to always having to take on that male trait or whatever, this is for you, boo, because this is for me too, all right? God sent you that emperor. He sent you that emperor with God oneness in flesh, right? And I'm hearing their soul will never perish, right? And their spirit will never perish, right? But they're here, and I know for me, I've never had a healthy relationship, but because this is my emperor of all time, this is my divine counterpart, I know, like this, like this energetic being is for me, like is, you can't really claim somebody, but I mean is mine, like literally was made for me, is my higher self, like is with the divine, is like I can't even, like literally my mirrored twin or whatever the case is, but the higher leveled win, because there are times when people, your real twin could be karmic, and they're not vibrating divinely as they should be, so they forfeit their suit, they forfeit their role, and it goes to somebody else who has higher goals. Yeah, new levels bring new devils, right? Higher levels bring new devils, but I finally, after being so isolate for so many years, we'll talk about that after, but either way, if you guys are okay to go with there, like I have a lot of things to say, but I'm going to be on a little pause vibe for here, on this beautiful, like, on here, just for a week. But either way, women, all right? You have been single for so long. Now God sent you your God oneness, your partner, okay? Your divine counterpart. And he's there, and he's going to help you with your battles, right? And this is literally for female energy, okay? He's there to help you with your battles. He's going to help you with everything. You don't need to make anything a problem. I know you may be used to being single, but like my boobie says, you ain't single no more. Right, girl? You ain't single no more. And those things will actually turn certain beings off. No, I don't even think there is a possibility to turn baby off. Actually, there isn't a possibility to, but I just mean... When you love, your heart feels it and knows it, boo. Trust me. And that's true. 525. My birthday's 25. All right. Feeling the vibe, feeling alive. 5-5. Change. All right. 2. Balancing. All right. So they're there for your balance. All right. And very nurturing. So just let them do what they're there to do, because with you both, you will win. You could win before, but right now God is sending you to help you even more. It is getting awfully bright again. It's either way. 400, right? And I'm hearing 4004, but it was 4008, right? Still a multiple 4. So either way, I love you guys a lot. I fortunately have to go. I'm going to do a lot more afterwards, right? But the whole download was that, yeah, you know, when you're dreaming, all of those infiltrations that they're trying to do, like, it's somehow sticking onto you. You're waking up with it, vibrating in it, and it's bouncing onto others too. And because you're such a powerful energy, everybody's going to feel it twice as much. And because you're such a powerful being, 4040, all right, and remember earlier I said I was seeing 4004, okay, but since you're such a powerful being, they come after not only you, they come after everybody. They love you more and more, you know what I mean? So keep your aid up, your spiritual aid up, and everything. Keep everything up, all right? Prayers up, love up, divine up, you know what I mean? Book, education up, craft up, creations up, everything up, all right? Because you are the 7 up. You are God's dove, or you're God's luck, is what I said, okay? God's luck. Because even though God loves you, even though you love God and we need God, he just wants that being there that is able to be enough. That being that could show, boom, this happened to me, this can happen for you. That being that can mold and heal others too. Not just them, but heal every being that they come in contact with. You know what I mean too? And that be the chosen. That be the beings that many are called, but few are chosen. You are chose to do something. You are anointed. All right? You are appointed to do a beautiful divine enhancement. Right? So you are God's luck, literally. You are God's luck, and who really gives a fuck about anybody else? You are God's luck, all right? Because you are God's vessel. You could shun off the devil. You could do so many things, and you do so many things to level. So just remember your power, and that you're the divine flower. This just keeps going through divine flower and power. And pay attention to all of the instances, all of the spiritual instances that are spiritual, like things that are like supernatural. You know what I mean? Pay attention to those, because there will be a lot, homegirl and homeboy. Yeah. Leave room. Don't let your anger or your misery from before or your past, seep through. When you're upgrading, you have to let go of certain things, boo, certain beings, certain things. If God just drops people out of your energy, that's just exactly what he was supposed to. 4245. Leave it where it is, right? Leave them to their own britches, all right? Leave it. I love you guys. I think I'm going to leave it at 4255. Feeling the vibe, feeling the life.